Om Shanti, good morning. Let's listen to Baba's Murli, and today's date is 13th August. Where Baba explains the contrast between the new and the old world. Baba comes and takes us to that land of truth. That is why you have to become true and Sato Pradhan, where your characters are very elevated and high. Because at this time we receive that new world in the form of an inheritance or in the form of a blessing. Some children ask whether effort is greater than the reward or vice versa. Whereas worldly people say that effort is the basis of the reward, whereas Baba says reward is the basis of the effort, because the effort which we are doing at this time, it's nothing when compared with the reward we receive. Because this is the time where we make our characters elevated and very high, and the fruit of that effort is very high and you receive the best. That is why Baba says the reward is greater than the effort. Worldly people consider the effort to be greater, or effort has got more value than the reward. Let's also see the contrast between the new and the old world. The essence of the Murli is, sweet children, do the service of purifying the elements with the yoga, because it's only when the elements have become pure, then the deities will set foot in this world. Because deities shadow also, this land is not worth of inviting those deities. So Baba says you need to purify the elements with the power of yoga. And question, why can't there be any type of peacelessness in your new kingdom? Why can't there be any type of peacelessness in your new kingdom? Answer, the first one, because you will have received that kingdom as your inheritance from the Father. Second, the Father, the bestower of blessings, He gives you the blessings and the inheritance at this time. Because this kingdom is received in the form of an inheritance or blessing. There cannot be peacelessness there. When you belong to the Father, you claim your whole inheritance. Om Shanti. You children know whose children you are. What do you call them? He is also called the true Lord and Master. And this is why Nowadays, you children are also called the children of the Lord and Master. Because we are the children of the Lord and the Master, because we are His children, there is a phrase which goes like this. It's also said in the world. Many amazing phrases are being written. Baba says, eat what is real and wear what is real. Although these have been created by human beings, the Father sits here and explains the meaning of it. You children know that the Father is the highest on high. What do you children know? Father is the highest on high. The one who is praised a great deal and who is also called the Creator. His first creation is you children, because you are the children of that Father. All souls reside with the Father. That is called the Father's home. Where all the souls reside, that place is called the Father's home. That is sweet home. This is not your home. Baba says, this world is not called as a home. You children know that He is our sweetest Father. The land of peace is our sweet home. Then the golden age is also called our sweet home. Why is that golden age called a sweet home? Because peace and happiness exist in every home there. Whereas Baba says there is a lot of peacelessness in the home of physical mothers and fathers and peacelessness in the world. There used to exist peace and happiness. Here there is a lot of peacelessness. Baba says there is peace in their homes as well as throughout the whole world. The golden age is called a small new world. This old world is so huge. There is peace and happiness in the golden age. There is no question of chaos there, because you will have received your inheritance of peace from the unlimited Father. Gurus and holy men, they give blessings. What blessings do they give? May you have sons. May you have a long life. So Baba says, they give one blessing, that is this one, whereas you automatically receive those as your inheritance from the Father, because you receive everything in that. So Baba has reminded you children of this, that Paralokik Father is the one whom people of all religions remember on the path of devotion when it's the world of sorrow. This world is old and impure. In the new world, there is happiness. There is no trace of peacelessness. You children now have to become pure and virtuous, else you have to experience a great deal of punishment. Baba says you definitely have to become pure and you will have to imbibe divine virtues, else you will experience punishment. Along with Satguru, who else is there? Dharmaraj also is there, the one who enables you to settle all your karmic accounts. Is also with the Father. There will be the tribunal. There will definitely be punishment for sins. Those who make good efforts will not experience punishment. You experience punishment for your sins, and that is called the suffering of karma. And you experience the punishment here in the form of suffering of karma. This is the foreign kingdom of Ravan, and there is a limitless sorrow within it. There is limitless happiness in the kingdom of Rama. You explain to many, and some are able to understand instantly, whereas others take time to understand. If they understand less, you can understand that they started performing devotion later. Those who have done devotion from the beginning, they will understand the knowledge quickly because they have to take a number ahead. You souls know that. You come here from your sweet home. There is silence, movie and talkie. There is complete silence in the land of peace, and movie takes place in the subtle region, whereas in the corporeal world, we perform actions. So when children go into trance, during the initial times of the creation of sacrificial fire, when the trance messengers used to go to the subtle region, they used to say that everything there is a movie. Trance has no connection with this path of knowledge. What is the main and the foremost thing? Is to consider yourselves to be souls and remember the Father. That's all. Nothing else. The Father is incorporeal and his children. That is, souls in these bodies are incorporeal. No other question arises. The love of souls is for the Supreme Father, that is, with the Supreme Soul. Everyone's body is impure, so you cannot have love for the impure bodies. Souls may become pure, but those bodies are impure. Bodies don't become pure in this impure world. Souls have to become pure here. Only then will these old bodies be destroyed and you will receive pure bodies there. Souls are imperishable. What is the duty of souls? It's to remember the unlimited Father and to become pure. They need pure bodies and they will receive those in the new world. Let souls become pure. Souls have to have yoga with the one Supreme Father, Supreme Soul, that's all. Let your intellects get connected with the one Father. This impure body shouldn't be even touched. So the Father is speaking to you souls. These matters have to be understood. From the golden age to the iron age, you have been hanging on to your bodies. Baba says, from the golden age till iron age, the souls have been hanging on to your bodies. Both souls and bodies remain pure there. You don't indulge in vice there. And so neither souls nor bodies become vicious there. There are Vallabhacharis, a sect, who don't allow their bodies to be touched because they follow a tradition. There is a sect or caste or creed where people don't allow their bodies to be touched. You know that neither their souls become voiceless nor pure. It is just a completely different sect who consider themselves to be of a high clan, and they don't allow their bodies to be touched. They don't understand that they're vicious and impure, and therefore each soul is impure and it is vicious. No soul considers that. And the bodies have been created through corruption. The Father comes here and explains these aspects. When souls become pure, they have to change their bodies. Your body can only become pure when the 5 elements become pure. In the golden age, the 5 elements are pure, so the bodies are also pure. The deities cannot set foot on this impure land. Even their shadow cannot be. Their souls and bodies are pure, and this is why they only set foot here in the golden age. This world is impure. Souls remember the Paralokic Father, the Supreme Soul. One is your physical father, and the other one is your bodiless father. The bodiless father is remembered because you definitely receive such an inheritance of happiness from him. Baba says, you need to remember that bodiless soul. Because we would have received such an inheritance of happiness from him. That is why we can't stay without remembering him. Although you have now become Tamopradhan, you still definitely remember that father. However, people receive wrong teachings that they say, what is the wrong teaching that is given at this time? They say that God is omnipresent. They then become confused about human beings only. And then they become confused. First of all, they get completely confused. God is omnipresent or not, then human beings become human beings or not, or they take the birth of any other species. The Father comes and explains all of those things. Baba says all the mistakes which were done on the path of devotion, all these things would be corrected by the Father on the path of knowledge. Baba gives you only one mantra, that is Man Manabhav. So Baba gives us only one mantra, that is this. Of course, its meaning is, consider yourself to be a soul and remember the Father. Only have this concern, that's all. It's through this you will be able to become pure. And deities are pure. The Father now comes and makes you pure. Again, like them. Baba says, a sculptor is straight away is able to create the image of the human being just looking at his face, as if they are sitting in front of him in a living form. Of course, they are non-living statues. They are non-living statues, whereas Baba says here, you need to become living Lakshmis and Narayans. How do you become? You will become deities from human beings by studying this and with purity. How do you become deities from human beings? By studying and with purity. And this is a school to change from human beings into deities. Those sculptors, they create many images, that is called art. They create identical faces. There is no question of identical faces here. In fact, Baba says, even the images of the Lakshmi and Narayan which are created at this time, they are also not identical. Baba says there is a lot of artificial beauty here, whereas their natural beauty will be there. The bodies of these 5 elements will be alive, and these living images have been created by human beings, but they cannot be identical to the deities. Those features are not visible through these images because no photographs can be taken of deities, because no one has their photos, right? They create those images either based on their imagination or based on the visions that they receive. So they say that they are not able to create the image nor anyone else. Baba says, of course, they will definitely have a vision of them in trance, but they cannot take that photo. They would say that they have the visions of them, but they themselves are not able to create that image, nor anyone else can. You yourselves can only become like that after you finish taking this knowledge from the Father. Baba says this wonderful point that we can only become like that when we take this knowledge from the Father. Only then you can become identical to what you were in the previous cycle. This is such a wonderful and natural drama. The Father sits here and explains to you the wonderful things of the nature. Human beings don't even think about these matters. They just go in front of the deity idols and they just wow. Although they understand that they used to rule that kingdom, Baba says of course they understand that they used to rule the kingdom, but they don't have any idea about when they ruled. They don't even know about when they will come again and what do they do when they come. Whereas you know that those who belonged to the sun and moon dynasties have been, and they will exactly the same again by studying this knowledge. How do they become? Baba says you will become the same. Excuse me. You will become exactly the same by studying this knowledge. Of course, this is a wonder. Baba says, by making such effort, you will become the same deities again. You will carry on with the same activity as you did previously in the golden and the silver ages. This is such a wonderful knowledge. This knowledge can only remain in your intellects when there is cleanliness in your hearts. Baba says only when there is cleanliness in your heart, this knowledge can remain in your intellects. Baba says this knowledge will exist in your intellects only when there is a cleanliness in your hearts. These aspects cannot remain in anyone's intellect. You need to make effort for this. Baba says a lot of effort has to be made in order to have that kind of cleanliness and honesty in your heart. The Father continues to inspire you to make effort. Even though everything happens according to the drama, you still have to make effort. You shouldn't sit down and think, Baba, if it is in drama, I will make, else it's okay. Baba says that will not work out. There are many who have such crazy thoughts. If it is in the drama, then drama will make us put that effort. Baba says you shouldn't have such crazy thoughts. Baba says these are not considered to be the elevated or divine thoughts. If it is in my fortune, I'll definitely make that effort, else. So Baba says it's it's you who have to make the effort. There is the effort, then the reward. Human beings ask which one is greater, either effort or reward. Baba says here, reward is greater, but effort is said to be greater because it's through that your reward is created. Baba says you will definitely receive according to the effort you put. That is why effort takes first place. Of course, here, even if you make a little effort, you receive a lot. It's only by making effort that every human being receives everything. So Baba makes it very clear that you need to make effort to receive everything. There are some who have such stone intellects that they completely take this in another way. It's then understood that it's not in their fortune. When children think that if it is in the fortune, we will definitely make that effort, else no. So Baba says clearly it's not in their fortune, they fall apart. Here, you children are inspired to make so much effort. You are given explanations day and night. You are given explanations day and night. You definitely have to reform your character. The number one character is to be pure. Deities are pure anyways. It's only when they fall that their characters are spoiled and they become completely impure. You now understand that your characters were A1. Your characters were just outstanding. Then, when you fell completely, everything depends on purity. It is in this that there is a great difficulty. People's eyes deceive them a lot because this is the kingdom of Ravan. There, your eyes don't deceive you. Each of you receives the third eye of knowledge. This is why it's called religion is might. Because everyone receives the third eye of knowledge, that is why it is said religion is might. The Almighty Authority, Father, comes and establishes this deity religion. It is souls that do everything, but they do it through the human forms. The Father is the ocean of knowledge. His praise is totally separate from the praise of deities. So why would you not remember such a Father? Is called the knowledgeful one, the seed. Why is he called the truth? This is the praise of the Father, because the praise of the deities is completely separate. Baba says Baba is called the knowledgeful, the seed. And why is he called the truth and sentient being and the embodiment of bliss? Because he is the seed of the human world tree. He is definitely aware of the tree emerging from him. Those seeds are non-sentient. It's as though the souls in those are non-conscious, whereas souls of human beings are conscious. A living soul can also be called an ocean of knowledge. The tree grows from small to large, so there definitely is a soul, but it's unable to speak. Baba says, the seeds of these trees or plants are non-sentient because they are non-living. Only the growth takes place, or the cycle of the plant cycle just goes on. It can neither express or speak. So Baba is called the ocean of knowledge, and there is definitely a growth that it grows gradually from the sapling to a plant, then to a tree. Baba says there is a soul definitely, but it's unable to speak. Whereas there is so much praise of the Supreme Soul, He's the ocean of knowledge. This praise doesn't belong to any soul, it's only sung of the Supreme Soul. In the world, many people ask that are uh, souls exist in plants and trees. Baba says they are the non sentient ones. It's not the living one, because there is a soul. That is why the growth takes place. Baba says definitely growth takes place, but it cannot express, because some people think that when they cut the trees, plants, when we consume these green leafy vegetables, Baba says they are not living ones. So that is why the praise of the Father is completely different from the praise of souls. He is also called Ishwar, etc. But his true name is Supreme Father. Baba says this term in Hindi, that is Param, means supreme. The praise people sing of him is very powerful. Now, day by day, his praise is decreasing because intellects were sattva at first. They became rajo, and now they have become tamo pradhan. The Father comes and explains all of these things. I come every 5,000 years to make the old world new. It's remembered that the golden age is the truth, and whatever happens there is the truth. It's written in the Granth Sahib. So Baba says, the holy book of Sikhs, some write very good versions, but they are not so impure. So whatever versions are spoken by them, they are always respected. So Baba says those who come later are not so impure. The people of Bharat were completely Sato Pradhan, and they are the ones who have become the most Tamo Pradhan at the end of their many births. This cannot be said about the founders of religions. Neither do they become as Sato Pradhan, do they become Tamo Pradhan. They neither experience as much happiness nor as much sorrow, whose intellects have become the most Tamo Pradhan. It's out of all the religions, it is those who were deities first and those who have fallen the most. People sing praise of Bharat because it's very ancient. If you think about it, the Bharat of this time has fallen a great deal. Baba says, the rise and the fall of Bharat is the rise and fall of deities. You have to use your intellects to understand this. We experienced a great deal of happiness when we were Sato Pradhan. Then we also experienced so much love because we are Tamo Pradhan. There are four main religions, that those are Deism, Islam, Buddhism, and Christianity. Expansion has taken place through them. Whereas the people of Bharat, they don't know which religion they belong to. Because of not knowing their religion, They live their religion. In fact, their religion is the main one, but they have forgotten completely. Those who were wise and sensible, they understand that those people have no honesty in their religion. Baba says people have no honesty in their religion. Otherwise, what was Bharat before and what has it become now? Baba sits here and asks you, children, what were you? Baba makes us realize, what were you? He sits here and explains the whole history. You were the elevated deities. You ruled for half a cycle, and then for half a cycle, your actions and religion became corrupt in the kingdom of Ravan. Baba says, you have become corrupt. You are now once again becoming those who will belong to the deity kingdom. God speaks only to you, children, does the Father explain every cycle, enable you to belong to the God's community. Acha, to the sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, father, and Bap Dada. The spiritual father says namaste to you, spiritual children, and the spiritual children also offer love, remembrance, and say good morning, namaste to the mother, father, and Bap Dada. The essence for Dharana, the first one, with the cleanliness in your heart. Inculcate the Father's wonderful knowledge into your life. When you will be able to inculcate this, when you have the cleanliness in your heart, create an elevated reward by making effort. Don't just say that drama and stop making effort. Second one, in order to be saved from being deceived by your criminal eyes in the kingdom of Ravan, in order to be saved from being deceived by your criminal eyes in the kingdom of Ravan, practice looking with your third eye of knowledge. Imbibe purity, which is number one character. Blessing. May you be greatly fortunate. May you be greatly fortunate and remain constantly happy by knowing the horoscope of your Brahman life. May you be greatly fortunate and remain constantly happy by knowing the horoscope of your Brahman life. Your Brahman life is a new life. In the beginning, you Brahmins were deities and you are now BKs. In the horoscope of Brahmins, all three aspects of time are the best of all. Even when we were in the form of deities, now in the form of Brahmins. So Baba says it is the best. Whatever happened was good, whatever is happening is good, and whatever is to happen will be very good. The horoscope of your Brahman life is constantly good, and this is guaranteed. Baba gives us the guarantee that the horoscope will be always good. So constantly maintain the happiness that the faster The Father, the bestower of fortune himself, has drawn your line of elevated fortune and he has made you belong to him. Today's slogan: in order to experience a constant and stable stage, take the sweetness of having all the relationships with one Father. In order to experience a constant and stable stage, take the sweetness of having all relationships with the one Father. Always have this in your awareness that we are the ones who gain victory in every cycle. We have performed these roles many times and we are just repeating that. So, this awareness will make you finish all the complaints like, how should I do? What should I do? Because you have done many times, so you will not be scared. Baba says, always have the have the double light form in your awareness. Let that awareness be so powerful that impossible things become possible. When we are double light, all the impossible things, because when we are double light, we get so much power and all the impossible things also become possible. Om Shanti. The brothers and sisters of the Shantivan Global Hospital, Pandabhavan, Gyan Sarovar, and Sangam Bhavan are requested to pay attention that your Rakhi celebration will be in the conference hall tomorrow at 10 a.m. Tomorrow's Murli class and morning meditation will be in the conference hall. Om Shanti. Let's watch Dadi's video. Um, God speaks. When you listen to the God's versions, there will not be need to speak anything. When you don't practice, where will you do there? Let that remembrance remain. Baba says we should always have this desire that let's remember Baba always. What do we have to do for that? We need to remember him always. And of course, this needs practice and attention in mind. The silence of mind, let your mind be connected and focused with Baba. Let your mind be always focused on Baba. Just keep a chart. How long do you remember Baba? Om Shanti.